Hello everyone, and welcome back to another session of Dark Souls 2 PvP and another weapon showcase. This time I am using the Butcher's Knife, which was always a favorite weapon of mine back in Dark Souls 1. This weapon has always had a great unique moveset, and fortunately it did carry over to Dark Souls 2, and is still really fun to use. It really is something that a lot of the weapons in Dark Souls 2 are missing, unique fun movesets that is. But anyway, getting started. The Butcher's Knife requires 25 strength and 8 dexterity in order to wield. It has an A scaling in strength and no dexterity scaling. The physical base damage of the weapon is 280, and for me the attack rating is 481 with a Ring of Blades plus 2. The counter strength of the weapon is 100, poise damage is 35 per hit, and the weight is 16 units. Now, this weapon for a while wasn't very common. It was patched early on, and since then has been increasingly common. Now, before that patch, it actually didn't have a good strength scaling. It had, I think, about 300 base damage and a very low strength scaling, actually. I think it was only a B, not even a B. I think it was only a E or a C, if I recall correct. Then it was patched, got that A scaling, and then it started being more common. But at that time, before the patch, you could actually infuse this weapon, and it would gain a B scaling out of nowhere in whatever you infused it with, and that hasn't changed, actually. So, if you infuse this weapon, your scaling and strength will drop down from an A to a B, and your scaling in whatever you infuse it with will go up to a B. So you get a double B scaling, which is a good thing, and 196 base damage in each of those elements. So physical and magic, physical and lightning, whatever it is, you get 196 base in each. So there's that. Now, the biggest pro of this weapon, I would have to say, is the moveset. This moveset is unique, it's fun, and it's viable. People don't always expect that R2 for you to come running at them. And there are a lot of really cool things you can do with that, actually, because it's part of the move, and you don't need to be running to do it. You can put on Iron Flesh, be fat rolling, be slow walking even, and do that R2 and move just as fast as anyone else. It's really good for that sort of thing, and can really throw people off, and unique movesets like this are something Dark Souls 2 is missing. Things like that are what Dark Souls 2 is missing. And it really isn't a common thing. And, you know, that's a good reason to like this weapon right there. It's unique, it's fun, it's viable, it gets the job done, and there are a lot of other good things about it. For example, damage. Nearly 500 attack rating. That's really good. If I infuse this thing with this build, I'll break 500 attack rating. I think my attack rating with it, when infused with magic, is around 550. Good stuff. Really good stuff. The other pros, I'd say the reach is definitely one of them. It's the longest of any of the axe class weapons, so there's that. And other than that, you know, there's really not much else, but it doesn't need much else. Also, there's a slight health regeneration ability that it has, but it's barely noticeable. If you're lucky, you might get a magic pixel sometime, and you can blame it on this. But really, it doesn't matter that much. So, the cons of the weapon, the speed, yeah, I wouldn't really say that's a con. I mean, its R2s and running attacks are pretty fast for an axe. They're really good for an axe, to be honest. The biggest con I would definitely say, though, is the weight. Keep in mind this is just an axe class weapon, not a great axe, so 16 units of weight for that, that's kind of a con. That's really not good at all, to be perfectly fair. So, overall, that's really the only con I can come up with. It's a good weapon, good moveset, good reach, good damage. It just weighs a bit more than it should for a weapon of its class. Oh, and by the way, another pro I forgot to mention, its damage on criticals is very good. I'm only on new game and doing a lot of damage, so yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it helpful in one way or another, and I will see you all next time.